Beloved brothers and sisters, this new day rises before us as a precious gift from God, a new opportunity to surrender our hearts to the Lord, place before Him everything that weighs on our souls, and seek His help, protection, and deliverance in His presence. Psalm 6 says, "The Lord hath heard my supplication." God's word leads us to a place of true surrender, where the soul pours itself out before the Lord and finds comfort, care, and an answer. Leave your name in the comments, along with the name of someone you would like us to pray for. Bring your life and every burden on your heart before the Lord. Be sure to subscribe to the channel as well. It will be a joy to have you with us every day in prayer. Now lift your cry to the Lord with faith. Beloved God, today I begin this new day, once again seeking your word. I place this day into your hands. I surrender my thoughts, my decisions, my path, and everything I will face today. I come into your presence now without hiding what is inside me. I do not cover my pain with beautiful words. I do not disguise my weariness. I do not try to appear whole, because you know the full truth of my heart. You see the soul when it bows in silence. You notice the weight that no one else can see. You look into the part of me that is still fighting to remain standing, even when everything inside feels weak. That is why I pray with all my heart today, because I know that your presence is the place where my heart can open completely before you. Psalm 6 verse 2 says, "Have mercy upon me, O Lord. Look upon me with mercy. Turn your eyes toward the depths of my heart. Touch with your compassion the part of me that has grown tired of carrying silent burdens. Visit the most tender places of my soul, the places that were wounded little by little, the places that lost their joy through so many difficult days, the places that still bear scars but are completely known to you. I need your mercy as dry ground needs the rain. I need your comfort as an anxious heart longs to breathe in peace again. There are moments when pain does not cry out on the outside, but presses heavily within with overwhelming force. There are moments when the heart grows exhausted from carrying so many emotions, so many thoughts, so many hidden battles. And when that exhaustion settles in, I understand that nothing within me can fully restore me unless your hand touches me. So I do not seek relief in empty paths. I lift my eyes to you. I direct my cry to you. I lay my deepest needs before you, because only your love reaches where no one else can reach. Only your mercy enters where no one else can enter. Only your presence has the power to gather the broken pieces inside me and breathe life into what seemed ready to fade away. My God, when the soul is crushed, the first cry that rises from its deepest place is not a cry for greatness, it is a cry for mercy. And that is exactly what I pour out before you now. Mercy for the days when I felt small. Mercy for the moments when my heart felt overwhelmed. Mercy for the hours when my strength seemed insufficient. Let your compassion cover me completely and remind me that I am not abandoned to my own weakness, because you remain a refuge for those who cry out, rest for those who pour out their hearts, and help for those who can no longer walk without your strength. I do not want to simply endure this season. I want to walk through it while holding your hand. I want to feel your presence sustaining me in the midst of my anguish. I want to sense your love surrounding me whenever my emotions try to pull me under. I want to experience your tenderness strengthening me in the very places where I have been the most vulnerable. Pour out upon me a living, present, powerful mercy. Not merely the idea of relief, but a true moving of your spirit deep within me. Let my heart know that it is being cared for by the God who never fails, the God who sees every detail, the God who bends down to hear even the quietest sigh. Psalm 6 verse 3 says, "My soul is also sore vexed." There was a time when everything inside me was shaken, when deep pain stirred my heart and battles reached the most fragile part of my soul. There were moments when it felt as though the ground beneath me had disappeared, when my thoughts grew heavy and my heart became weary from carrying so much in silence. But it is from that very place of distress that I lift my eyes to you today, because my troubled soul has found strength in your power. What once seemed weak within me has been touched by your hand, and what seemed ready to collapse has found support in the greatness of your presence. Father, you know the depth of the turmoil that has so often tried to consume me from within. You know what the soul endures when pain lingers, when the chest feels tight, when the heart struggles to remain steadfast. You saw it all. You knew every moment when my spirit trembled. You witnessed every night when my mind grew weary. You walked with me through every moment when my soul cried out for help. Yet even seeing me in that condition, you did not leave me to my weakness. Your power reached me at the exact place where I needed it most. Your power entered the place of my affliction. It touched the very root of my discouragement. Your power upheld me when my own strength no longer seemed enough. Lord, this is what moves me most in this prayer. I was not defeated by what I felt, because I was sustained by your power. The turmoil tried to shake me, but it could not destroy me, because your hand held me fast. Pain tried to fill every corner of my heart, but your power made a way through it. Weariness tried to bend me, but your strength lifted me up. And now I stand before you to confess with complete honesty that my soul did not find deliverance within itself. It did not find renewal in human words. It did not find lasting strength in temporary things. My soul found strength in your power. It was your presence that sustained me. It was your touch that raised me up. It was your glory that carried me forward. My God, what a powerful truth it is to know that your power is revealed not only through mighty signs that everyone can see, but also within the weary soul that cries out in silence. Your power is revealed when the heart begins to breathe again after passing through such crushing pain. It is revealed when the soul stands firm again after being shaken by so many sorrows. Your power is revealed when what once seemed weak rises again by the strength that comes from above. And this is what I ask of you today. Continue pouring out upon me that holy strength, a strength that is not born from passing emotion, but from your real, living, deep, and powerful presence within me. Strengthen every part of my soul that was once wounded by affliction. Strengthen the thoughts that have grown weary. Strengthen the heart that has at times felt crushed. Strengthen the inner being that silently carried such heavy burdens. Do not allow turmoil to have the final word over my life. Let the final word come from your power. May the greatest mark upon my life not be the pain I endured, but the strength I received from you in the middle of it. May what defines my journey most not be how deeply my soul was shaken, but how completely it was sustained, renewed, and restored by the greatness of your mighty hand. Where there was once only the image of a troubled soul, let the testimony of a soul sustained by your power now begin to appear. Where there was once so much turmoil, let steadfastness begin to rise. Let relief begin to take root. Where there was once such exhaustion, let spiritual strength begin to flourish. And I receive all of this with gratitude, because I know it did not come from me. It came from your touch, from your mercy, from your strength poured out upon my weakness. It came from your love revealing itself in the very place where I needed your help the most. Lord, make me someone who will never forget this truth. When my soul was afflicted, your power never failed. When my heart was troubled, your hand never withdrew. When my heart grew weary, your presence remained near. When my whole being seemed ready to give way, your strength upheld me. Let this certainty be deeply engraved within me. May it remain with me in days of struggle and in days of peace alike. Psalm 6 verse 6 says, I am weary with my groaning. All the night make I my bed to swim. Father, there are tears that are never shed in public. They find no voice. They receive no explanation. They simply fall, carrying deep emotions, heavy memories, tender wounds, and accumulated exhaustion. You know what pressed upon my soul until my eyes overflowed. You know how many times I tried to remain strong, how many times I held back my tears, how many times I kept going through the day, while deep inside, sorrow was crying out for help. My tears are never forgotten before you. Every one of them is precious in your sight. Every tear carries a cry that heaven understands completely. I do not hide my darkest nights from you, because I know you visit the quietest places of pain. I do not hide these hidden tears from you, because I know you are the one who heals what has been wounded and restores life to what seemed ready to fade away. Look upon everything my heart has poured out in secret. Look upon the long nights. Look upon the deepest sighs. Psalm 6 verse 9 says, "The Lord hath heard my supplication." And it is in this truth that my soul begins to breathe differently before you, Lord. After pouring out so much anguish, after laying so many burdens at your feet, after shedding so many tears in secret, a holy certainty begins to rise within me. You have heard me. My cry was not lost in the emptiness. My pain did not speak alone in the night. My prayer did not knock on closed doors. Heaven leaned down. Your ears were attentive. Your presence gathered every word, every sigh, every silent groan. Now my heart stands firm in this deep conviction that the God to whom I pray is the God who hears. Father, how powerful it is to know that you hear the cry of the brokenhearted. How strengthening it is for my soul to recognize that while I was weeping, you were listening. While I was pouring out my heart, you were receiving every word. While I struggled to find the strength to keep praying, you were already attentive to every movement within me. That changes everything inside me, because when I know you have heard me, pain no longer holds the same place. Fear no longer rules with the same power, and sadness no longer has the same authority over my heart. Hope is rising, not because of what I see, but because of what I know. And I know that you have heard my supplication. I thank you because you do not listen with haste. You do not listen from a distance. You do not listen with indifference. You listen with love. You listen with care. You listen with perfect attention. You hear knowing the root of my pain and the depth of my need. You hear not only the words that leave my lips, but also everything that beats within my heart. You understand the prayer that was spoken and the prayer that was born only in the silence of my soul. What a precious truth this is, my God, to know that I have been heard by the Creator of heaven and earth, to know that my plea has entered your presence and found welcome, to know that your heart turns toward me whenever I seek you with sincerity. Let this assurance be firmly established within me. Silence every voice that has tried to convince me I was alone. Tear down every feeling of abandonment that pain has tried to build within my heart. Remove every thought that my cry was too small, too weak, or too late. Nothing I poured out before you was despised. Nothing I placed before you was ignored. Not one tear I shed in your presence went unnoticed. May I never forget, not even for a moment, that my prayer reached you. May I never allow passing emotions to erase the conviction that you have heard me. May I never let the delay of visible answers weaken the certainty that heaven has already moved in response to my cry. I believe in the God who hears and acts, the God who receives the cry of his children and works on behalf of those who call upon him, the God who bends down to those who seek him with their whole heart. Lift my soul from the dust. Let my heart lay down the burden of loneliness and embrace the beauty of being heard by you. Let my spirit feel the warmth of that invisible yet very real answer, for to be heard by you is already a miracle for my soul. It is already a healing balm for my heart. It is a fountain of strength that renews everything within me that had begun to wear away. I praise you, Lord, because in the midst of brokenness, in the midst of tears, in the midst of pain that so often seemed greater than I could bear, you did not remain distant. You heard my supplication. Psalm 6 verse 10 says, "Let all mine enemies be ashamed and sore vexed." I ask that your mighty hand be lifted over my life with deliverance, protection, and justice. Keep every evil far from me. Remove every evil presence from my path. Break every trap set against me. Destroy every work that stands against me. Drive back everything that seeks to steal my peace, harm my home, weaken my walk, or wound the work of your hands in my life. I ask for your covering, your protection, and your defense, because you are a shield to all who trust in your name. Father, surround me with your protection. Go before me and make my path clear. Close every door to evil. Prevent every scheme prepared against me from succeeding. Uproot every act of wickedness, every trace of envy, every persecution, every lie, every word spoken with the intent to bring destruction. Let every arrow lose its power. Let every evil intention fall to the ground. Let every dark plan be cancelled by the authority of your mighty hand. I belong to you, and my life is safely held in your hands. No force of darkness can prevail where you stretch out your arm. Deliver me from visible evil and from hidden evil, from what my eyes have seen and from what has remained concealed. Deliver me from wicked people, from corrupted paths, and from places filled with darkness. Place upon me the seal of your protection. Guard my going out and my coming in. Watch over my steps throughout the day, and watch over my rest through the night. May your presence go with me wherever I am, and may your light drive away every shadow around me. I ask for your deliverance over my body, my home, and everything you have entrusted to me. Let no evil find a place. Let no wickedness gain a foothold. Let no hostile work remain. Raise walls of fire around me. Place your protection over every doorway, your watchfulness over every path, and establish your strength over every area of my life. Most High God, I do not fear evil because I trust in your greatness. I will not bow before the attacks of darkness because I know that you fight for me. I refuse to surrender my peace because your name is my strong tower. You are the God who watches over me, the God who delivers, the God who enters the battle and destroys everything raised against your children. Drive back every shadow. Tear apart every net prepared to trap me. Break every evil chain. Bring every work of darkness to an end. Establish my feet upon a secure path. Do not allow me to be overtaken by lies, betrayal, or destruction. Protect me from accidents, hidden traps, troubling news, dangerous encounters, and every scheme that seeks to catch me by surprise. Be my protection. Be my safe refuge. Be my defender wherever I go. May your angels surround me. Remove every evil companion, every poisonous word, every corrupt intention. Keep far from me every influence that carries darkness, confusion, and destruction. Let wickedness never prosper against me, and let every hand unjustly raised against me be restrained by your righteous judgment. Silence every malicious tongue, and let every curse without cause fall powerless to the ground, for you are faithful to guard those who take refuge under your protection. Pour out your blessing upon my life with abundance and lasting favor. Place your hand upon my path and establish my steps beneath your grace. Visit my story and spread your goodness over every part of my life. I need heaven's touch upon my days, your light upon my decisions, your peace within my heart, and your provision over everything that lies before me. Bless me deeply, truly, and completely. Beloved Father, open over my life a season of grace. Let your goodness reach me at daybreak and remain with me until the end of the day. Pour into my heart a peace that is steadfast, pure, and constant. Strengthen my mind with serenity and wisdom. Sustain my body with vitality. Renew my strength so I can keep moving forward, working, building, and standing firm before every responsibility. Your blessing brings order, rest, direction, and beauty to the journey. Bless my path. Place before me the right doors, the right people, the right opportunities, and unseen deliverance. Guide my steps along safe paths. Keep me from wrong decisions, dangerous shortcuts, unnecessary losses, and everything that tries to draw me away from your will. Let my journey flourish beneath your hand. Touch everything I do with effort, dedication, and hope. Pour your grace over my work, my projects, my plans, and every seed planted in faith. Bring forth fruit, growth, honor, and stability. May everything that comes from my hands be marked by your presence. May everything I build bear the mark of your care. Let nothing be lost, nothing be broken, and nothing remain beyond your watchful eye. Visit my home with your blessing. Cover every wall with your protection. Make this place a sanctuary of rest, safety, and harmony. Place your hand over everything around me. Drive away scarcity, heaviness, and every disturbance. Pour out provision, balance, peace, and stability. Your presence in my home is worth more than all the riches of the earth, because where you dwell, there is care, there is peace, and there is refreshment. Beloved Father, bless my future as well. Go before me and prepare the way. Make the paths straight. Remove every obstacle, open new horizons, and establish fruitful seasons over my life. I surrender to you what I cannot yet see, what I have not yet touched, and what I have not yet lived. Place your hand over my tomorrow and cause days of peace, growth, provision, and joy to bloom before me. I do not walk alone. Your favor goes before me. I receive your blessing over my life. I receive your favor, your provision, your peace, your protection, and your direction. Keep my days safe in your hands. Let my story carry signs of your goodness. I trust in the God who opens paths, sustains his children, and honors faithfulness. Go before me, open the right way, remove obstacles, tear down barriers, and cause everything that came from your heart to flourish over my life. I surrender my steps, my projects, my decisions, and my future to you. Place your hand upon every detail of my journey, and let your favor be revealed clearly, powerfully, and unmistakably. Beloved Father, I do not trust in human strength, I trust in your hand. Your hand lifts, sustains, leads, opens doors, prepares the ground, and establishes my feet in a secure place. Your hand changes circumstances, redirects paths, touches the impossible, and brings results that can only come from heaven. So I ask you, move in my life with authority. Bring me into seasons of progress, seasons of growth, and seasons of answers. Take me beyond everything that has tried to limit my journey. Place upon me the mark of your victory. I praise you because I can open my mouth and know that you hear me. I can speak with you at the beginning of the day, in the middle of the journey, at the moment of decision, during the season of waiting, and whenever I lift my eyes and ask for direction. I can call upon you in secret. I can seek you in my thoughts. I can speak softly. I can pray with intensity. I can simply whisper your name. In every one of these moments, you remain the same attentive God, the same welcoming Father, the same Lord who receives the prayer of a sincere heart. I do not need to prove my worth to gain your attention. I do not need grand words to be welcomed before your throne. I come as I am and you hear me. I speak honestly and you hear me. I draw near in faith and you hear me. Your listening does not depend on the beauty of my words, but on your faithfulness. Your attention does not depend on the strength of my voice, but on your goodness. Your answer begins the moment my heart turns sincerely toward you. Give me a heart that grows ever closer to you. I want to live a life of continual conversation with heaven. I want to speak with you freely. I want to seek you consistently. I want to bring you my steps before I walk, my decisions before I choose, my dreams before I build, and my path before I move forward. Teach me to delight in your presence. Teach me to lift my voice in prayer with mature confidence. Teach me to cultivate that secret place where I speak and know that I am heard, where I seek and know that I am welcomed, where I pour out my heart and know that I stand before a Father who receives every word. There are days when the soul comes before God without the strength to impress, without polished words, and without any appearance of firmness. Psalm 6 is born from that place. It rises from the heart of someone who has already endured so much, someone who feels the weight of pain pressing inward, someone who comes before the Lord with complete honesty, without hiding weakness, disguising weariness, or trying to appear strong before the God who sees everything. And that is precisely what makes this psalm so powerful. It reveals that there is a holy place where the weary soul can pour itself out completely and still be welcomed. Before God, the troubled heart finds room. Before God, tears have a voice. Before God, suffering is not despised. Heaven hears what the world so often fails to notice. Psalm 6 carries an intensity that reaches deeply because it does not present a faith built on appearances, but a faith that continues seeking God in the midst of exhaustion. There is a vast difference between repeating words and truly crying out. In this psalm, there is a genuine cry. There is a desperate thirst for help. There is a heart that knows it needs the mercy of the Lord to remain standing. This speaks to anyone who has reached a point where the soul felt too weary, the heart felt too burdened, and the weight within seemed too heavy to carry alone. The psalmist does not pretend to be well. He brings his true condition into the presence of the Lord. And in this, there is a precious lesson. Restoration begins when the heart stops hiding its pain from God and chooses to open itself completely before Him. But this psalm does not remain only in pain, and this is one of its greatest beauties. It begins with groaning, moves through brokenness, passes through the night of the heart, and then reaches a turning point. In the midst of suffering, something changes. The certainty is born that the Lord has heard, that truth changes everything. God's answer does not always appear first before our eyes. Often, it reaches the spirit first. Conviction comes before manifestation. Peace touches the heart before circumstances begin to change. The soul first understands that it has been heard, and then paths begin to open, strength is renewed, and peace takes the place of anguish. The psalmist moves from affliction to confidence because he becomes certain that his plea has reached the throne. And when a heart possesses that certainty, it can no longer remain in the same inward place. Today, as you meditate on Psalm 6, let your heart remember that God does not despise your weakness. He does not draw away from your weariness. He does not ignore your tears. He does not close His ears to your cry. The same God who heard the psalmist is still listening today. The same God who visited pain is still visiting hurting hearts. The same God who transformed the inner life of an afflicted man is still touching lives with His presence. There is healing for the weary soul. There is comfort for the wounded heart. There is an answer for sincere prayer. There is peace for those who pour themselves out before the Lord. Psalm 6 remains like an embrace from heaven for difficult days and a holy reminder that, after the cry, the heart can breathe again with confidence. Because God has heard, God has seen, God has welcomed, and His presence still has the power to transform the deepest night into the beginning of renewed inner strength.